it's so hard because you don't want to tell the person that what they're gonna do like won't matter anymore because it should have been done before. So I'm giving him December. Fast food napkins, am I right? I'm giving him December. We're going on our trip together, and yeah, I don't know. And it's hard because now he's gonna do everything right, and he's gonna, he was like, do you want to sleep in? I'll take care of the girls, or like, it seems like he's doing everything right now, and I'm just wondering why.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see a woman who files for divorce from her husband of 16 years, and more importantly, how listening to a group of bitter feminist women pushed her to end her marriage. We want you to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 150,000 subscribers, and with your help, we'll make it happen. Tell us in the comments about your experience or your opinion on these videos. And without further introduction, let's get started.
Last night, my husband and I got into a little bit of a disagreement. I got up from the sofa. I walked into the kitchen. He stopped me. I'm facing this way into the kitchen. He's facing that way into the living room. And I basically told him that we are heading for divorce. And he looked right past me and started watching the soccer game. So I don't know if that was just denial or if he didn't care, but pretty sure if my partner of 16 years just told me that we're headed for divorce, they would have all my attention, but guess not. Day one, post telling my husband I want a divorce.
A very common pattern among us men is not giving too much importance to certain arguments that only serve to ruin your day. Not because we don't care, but because we know that dwelling on the drama doesn't solve anything. This man was processing his situation, maybe watching soccer as a distraction, but first, let's look at the story. Before that, though, I want you to notice a detail that one man pointed out earlier in the comments of this and other videos, which is key to the whole story. Watch the following video.
It amazes me that you can give such a vague explanation, but every woman is cheering you on to pack up and run. I don't know if it's because us women have had to fly below the radar for so long that I can make a post and I can use certain words and be vague. And vagueness is okay because even though I'm on here, I still am entitled to privacy. But it is shocking that I can be that vague. And so many women see themselves, see like a same situation that they've been in. So what does that tell you? Okay. It's called empathy. And if you don't have any, it might be the problem. You know what I realized I did with my last post? I was rewatching what I recorded as I do before I post. My vagueness isn't protecting me. My vagueness is protecting him.
No, that man saw it clearly. All it took was a single vague complaint video for all the women in the comments to start pushing her toward divorce. Not a single one said, talk to your husband, get some help, try to work it out. No, it was all leave, run, make a financial plan, put everything in your name, get a lawyer. And as I always say, misery loves company. If they're bitter, they want to see others fall too, so they don't feel alone in their failure. This man, just by reading those comments, saw all the red flags. She tries to justify it by saying her vagueness was out of privacy. In other words, she didn't even lay everything out, and still, thousands encouraged her to destroy her marriage. Believe me, the message really hit home. Just look at the next video she made. It's a bit long, but I hope you watch it.
Okay, the night that I told my husband that I wanted to divorce kind of went like this. I was telling him for weeks that I had been treading water with the girls and that I need more help. I was feeling overwhelmed with a dance recital that was coming up, and I was like, hey, can you wake up a little bit early to like help me with like makeup, the whole shebang, makeup, hair, everything. He said, I'll wake up, I'll sacrifice sleep to help you. I'll wake up, I'll sacrifice sleep and help you. And I said, sounds great, because you went to the soccer bar like last week and you sacrificed sleep to do that. To which he told me that wasn't the same thing. And I'm like, okay. So he then told me that maybe I should get a job so that he can quit and that he can run the house. And I said, say less. And I got up and I said, then I can quit this job and then I'll just go to work. He followed me into the kitchen where I looked at him and I said, we are heading towards divorce. And he looked past me to watch the soccer game. And I said, I just told you that we're on our road to divorce and you looked past me to watch soccer. To which he said, well, I got distracted. Fair enough. So I ran an errand that I needed to do anyway. And I came back and he's like, we need to talk. I said, yeah. Because it's hard to tell someone that you've been with forever, it seems, that you want a divorce. So we go in the other room and he goes, you know, what's up, hon? I said, I think we need to get through December. We're going to make this month special for the girls. We're going to do Christmas. We're going to do the holidays. And then when January comes, we're looking at divorce. Like, we need to talk about separation. What are we going to do with the kids, living arrangements, the whole shebang. He like sat down, immediately started like crying. Okay. And I have been like manipulated before in the past, and it's like with counseling and all this other stuff, like I am so solidified in my decision that like these tactics aren't working. He keeps telling me, he's like, I'll try harder, I'll do more, you know, just give me another chance. And I go, hon, like we have been trying this for years. Like I have been asking you to change and to like meet me halfway for probably 10 years now. To which he admits that he's only been trying for the last 2 years. Because I still love him and I still care about him. And I always will. So we started talking and he's like, give me 3 weeks. I'll be different. We're going on our trip. Like, I'll show you, you know, I'll be better. I neglected you for years and I'm realizing that now, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I'm going to make you my priority and everything like that. And I was like, I love you. And I'm like, we can still be friends. And like, I will be there for you. Like, even when the girls turn like 18, like, I'm not just going to disappear. But I'm like, I love you, but I'm not like in love with you anymore. And he's like, I want to change that. I want you to fall in love with me again. Like, I'm gonna do all the things. Like, just give me 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks. You said that we can have December. Like, just give me 3 weeks. So I'm like, okay, but it's so hard because you don't want to tell the person that what they're gonna do like won't matter anymore because it should have been done before. So I'm giving him December. Fast food napkins, am I right? I'm giving him December. We're going on our trip together, and yeah, I don't know. And it's hard because now he's gonna do everything right, and he's gonna, you know, he was like, do you want to sleep in? I'll take care of the girls. Or like, it seems like he's doing everything right now. And I'm just wondering why he didn't do it before. So, if you have gone through divorce, because like this is fucking easy, right? Divorce is the easy way out. You know what's easier? Just putting your head in the sand and just ignoring it and your own needs for your whole life. That's easier. But how do you, if you were a man or a woman who went through divorce and you have reached your limit and your going point, and the person that you are leaving is now like being an A+ student, like that is a mind trip. But anyway, this is 8 minutes. No one's gonna watch it, so. But yeah, so what is this, day 3? And yeah, and we leave on our trip Friday the 13th, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, now he's doing everything right, and he's being fun and playful and letting me be me, and I just don't know how long that's going to last, because he hasn't done any inner work. He called a therapist that before it was too much work to do, and he gave up after an hour of trying, and now this time he was able to get one in network in under like 10 minutes. So, whatever. You know, and I was like, what self-help books have you read? What are you doing to, you know, I'm like, this, you can only change your personality for someone for so long. And that's where I am right now. I devoted my whole life to him, and I dimmed myself to be with him, and I've molded myself to be part of his life, and I can't spend the next 40 years like that. So let me know if you've been through it and how that was emotionally for you. I gotta go because it's almost 10.
Oh, hell no!
In this country, women file for 80% of divorces. Men are never prepared for this, which ends up being a complete shock for them. This woman had been grieving the relationship for months. Long before this video, she had already been hearing comments telling her what to do, telling her to get divorced, pushing her to leave her husband. This man clearly had no chance to save his marriage or his family. This woman was being conditioned. Mentally, the idea of divorce had already sunk deep into her mind. No matter what he says, she's leaving. I'm telling you this because in the next video, just look at the kind of feminist content she started getting into, the type of ideas they planted in her head.
Okay. So there's a video on my page, and it kind of talks about how something was said that I can never go back from. And the very next day, my husband acted as if like nothing happened. I started this page on November 1st, and it was supposed to be a weight loss, getting sober journey. That's why my bio says what it says. During a, I don't like to say argument, but we'll just say it. During an argument or a heated discussion with my husband, insert trigger warning, I was talking to him and I said, love, like this is like a merry-go-round. Like we keep going round and round the same subjects. And he told me that I needed to find out what was wrong with him and tell him what to do to fix it. So I told him that isn't my mental load to do, and that is something that he needs to do. As the conversation went on, I realized that I needed to come clean about what was really bothering me in our relationship. Okay. At the time, I did not know the proper word for it. The proper word for it, I believe, is a rather soft terminology. It's actually 2 words, but I feel as though it's very soft for the impact that it has on mainly women, also men. So I told him I want you to admit that you situationally graped me for more than half of our relationship. To which he replied, I did not grape you. You never said no. When that happened, it was like clarity, boom. And I remember thinking, and I may have said it, I didn't realize I could say no. So I dived into this and I realized it's called sexual coercion, which basically means you are in a relationship and also into like a power dynamic where you don't feel like you can say no. And that's what I was doing for years. So it's very hurtful when men come on here and say, well, you probably weren't sleeping with him and that's why he's ready to get rid of you. No. I understood that on his nights off, I needed to, and I used this term in therapy, that I needed to perform. Okay. This happened for years. Like I'm thinking, I would say 8 years total. The way that I coped with this situation is that I began drinking. At first, towards the beginning, just a glass of wine would loosen me up enough to get in the mood. The glass turned to 2 glasses turned to 3. We all know what happens after glass 4. That's a whole bottle. I started consuming alcohol even when he wasn't there. I believe it was a way to cope with the unhealed trauma in my life. And I became probably, if you want to really label it, a high functioning alcoholic. My body came to a point where the alcohol and gummies, weren't numbing the feelings anymore. Like I was able to go through the actions, but then my body would just retaliate. Like I would like just bawl my eyes out in the bathroom afterwards. Just, not wanting this to be my relationship with my husband.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
So your husband abused you for 8 years just because you had intimacy? Feminist women today are completely brainwashing married women. Because how can you be in a relationship with someone and blame them for everything that happens to you? Now she even blames him for her being an alcoholic, when she was the one staying home drinking while he went out to work. These women always have an excuse. Every failure, every mistake in their lives, they blame it on the man they married. But do they ever stop to think if the man is happy? Watching the mother of his daughters be a functioning alcoholic every day? What really gets to me is that this man genuinely loved her. Because even with all of that, her drinking, her gummies, he still wanted to stay married to her. But now look at the ending, where she's happy for following the advice of those bitter feminists who told her to get a divorce and what to do.
These men are wild, in my comments. Like, I'm gonna drop some truth. Because everyone's like, he is going to be so happy. Let him free. He's had enough. He's going to be so happy. Happily divorced, right? Get rid of you. I'm like, okay, let's break it down. And we're not even going to talk about like the financial aspect because we're in Wisconsin, so that's like a 50-50 state. So immediately 6 years of alimony right off the top. 50-50 everything, 401k, IRAs, health savings account, pension, the whole shebang. Okay. Immediately cut in half. The house that I have made a home, everything in there was handpicked by me. The soft blankets, the artwork, the quartz countertops, like fucking everything. I picked everything. I picked like 90% of that house out. Okay. Everything that makes that house a home, I did it. So he's looking at a 1-bedroom apartment, maybe 2, because he'll have the girls 50% of the time. So he's looking at a 2-bedroom apartment, and if he just takes his stuff, that's like his clothes. That's it. So he's looking at a 2-bedroom empty apartment with his clothes. That's cool. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but okay. And then he's going to have 50-50 custody. And the girls might actually see him more if we did 50-50 custody. So not only is he going to be working full time, but now he's going to have the girls 50-50 time. And how do you do that with rotating shift work? Well, he's going to have to outsource the labor somehow, right? Because I'm a domestic laborer. I provide all the services for the house. I pay his bills. I pay the taxes. I file taxes. I shop. I cook. I clean. I do everything. Everything that he does in the home is a choice. He chooses to do the dishes. If he doesn't do the dishes, I do the dishes. He chooses to pick up. He doesn't clean. He just recently started doing his own laundry, but he doesn't do his work clothes because he doesn't know how to fold the pants properly to make them non-wrinkled. Or he doesn't fold his undershirts either because I fold them better and they fit better in the drawers. Okay, so this man is going to be happily on his own, 50-50 custody, which means that he's going to have to outsource the labor or pay extra for before and after care. Because how do you get to work at 6 o'clock when your kids need to be to school at 8? Or it's not 50-50, and then I'm still taking the girls, and then you're going to have to pay me child support. That's cool. He's happy, right? Because now he's banging a 28-year-old. That was another thing in the comments. Don't know how he's going to meet this 28-year-old. First off, dating a 28-year-old when you're 40, it sounds fucking hard. Like, that just sounds annoying. Like, so let's bump it up to like 32. Like, he finds a nice 32-year-old woman. Perfect. Great. Happy for him. I don't know how he's going to do that because he works with all men. And he works rotating shift work, and now he's going to have the girls 50% of the time. So unless this woman is going to show up on his couch one day, willing to help raise 2 girls, which my girls are fucking amazing. I would love to raise these girls, and I hope she's fun. Like, I hope they have an amazing stepmother.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
This woman was ready for the divorce before she even asked for it, because she knew exactly what she would get. Women aren't stupid. 50% of everything. She kept the house, half of his money, half of his 401k, alimony, child support. Are you really going to tell me she wasn't happy about the divorce? She's got half her life already set. She knows how this man lives, how emotionally dependent he was on her, and how much he's going to suffer. But I know he'll rise again. It'll be painful at first and very hard, but he'll get through it. In the end, men are resilient. Honestly, I hope her mockery of him becomes the fuel that helps him push through and overcome this. But what do you all think? We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why is it that women are always encouraging other women to get divorced? How do you think this man will do after all this? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.